Hello, hello, everybody. We're here on the second day of streaming. Gonna try to do Monday through Fridays. And we'll be deving together. So hopefully the lo-fi beats and kind of my more chill voice might help you get some work done or studying or whatever you're up to. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll try to answer them if I can. But let's get into it. So to kind of catch everybody up, we're making TransmuTowers, which is a bullet hell plus tower defense game, multiplayer, in Unreal Engine 5. You can wishlist it on Steam right now. That's Transmu, like transmutation, mixed with the word towers. And you can see it on Steam. Or you can check out the channel, and the links are there for easy gathering. What we're currently working on is trying to get all of the players' information, so that way people can know who's in their lobby and who you're playing a game with. A pretty common feature. And so I am making that. And I believe, what did we call it? Player list or something like that? There you go, connected players. And so the general idea here is we have a widget that has all the connected players, and it's made up by filling that widget with each individual player. We were in the middle last time of trying to figure out exactly how to get the player name, and I have, you know, a little bit over an hour and a half here to show you what's going on. So let's get into it. So we'll show their player icon, we'll show their name, and then we'll show how much premium material. Last time we got the premium material working, and I even had a thought here, in case you were here from last stream. Because remember, we were pushing information through the player state here. I had this thought here that we do this thing where we check if it's our player controller, where I actually don't think we even have to do this check, because this is a server call, so the server will initially do it. A very interesting question I have. Hey Kizo and Nick, thanks for joining. I realized that I probably don't know how to do this, because if I do a server RPC call and I'm not the owner of the player state, it won't actually go through. But I'm not sure if Unreal Engine on the client side, right? If I got the paint up, you know, if like the client tries to make a request that it shouldn't be able to, I don't know if Unreal stops that from even going out, or if it'll go to the server and then the server will have to do it. So this guarantees that at least the clients handle that, which I think is always good. A good thing to know. So this basically just checks if it's you that's trying to do it, because we don't allow a local co-op. So one time I'd love to. I'm getting better at understanding how the player controller works, so I think it's possible. But as a small indie dev team, I think that it's not something that will lead to sales or success, so I haven't bothered. All right, so we were gonna get names, and we were gonna get a player character, right? And so we can do the same thing we've done here with the player. So I just need to go into WBP character select, and I need to tell when you actually hit the select button, right? And here's a way that you can like check other people's stuff. Is I'll try to click here, and it looks like somebody put a, what is this image? Oh, this is I think this is the border. Okay, so if I don't want to click that, I can hit the little lock button, and then I can click this, and then I can see what happens by scrolling down here to the bottom and hitting on click. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Control Shift W makes the application scale a little bit bigger, and this should make it a little bit more visible for people. I think 1.33 is pretty good. So right here, you can click this on clicked, and then you can just instantly jump over here. So it looks like you can do it on this. I like on release better, so I think I'll go ahead and switch that to as I'm doing it. And this is nice. We already have a function set up to set select character. This event dispatcher is weird, but I'm not going to play with it right now because I don't know if anybody's using it. So let's fix that. Oh, okay, cool. So on-clicked is, you can see here that this isn't actually a regular button. This is a WPP menu button. So I bet whoever did this is actually making an on-release because we use this button all over the place, so I don't have to do that. So now I just need to look at the set selected character and see where do we set it. We set it in the save, which is good. That way when people reload their game, they still have it. And then we save the non-critical, so it gets saved. Now we need to also get their player state. So we'll get player controller. So, gosh, I don't want that. I want the regular player controller. That's the TD City, so that's ours. We don't need to cast it. We just need to get player controller 1, and we need to get that person's player state. And then once we get that, we need to cast it to our version so we can see the variables that we set, and that should be good. And I believe I made this a name. Nice. Good pass, Sean, doing the right thing. Names are nice because they're like fast strings. Strings are a little bit slower. And then what I'll do here is I'll set the name, but I haven't made that yet, so I'll come back here. I will do selected character here, and we'll do name. Be like allows other players to know which character I am playing. Right. And then we have to remember to hit compile, otherwise it won't show up. And now when we come over here, we can set selected character. And then this can be a return node. I like to do a return because if anybody ever adds an output here, if you're not returning correctly, it'll cache that output. You can get some really weird bugs. Now I want the selected character. A lot of people would just do this, but I think that looks really ugly. So what I can do here is get selected. And this one right here at the very bottom will be that. And you know it's that because it has this little F now, which is super nice in Unreal Engine 5. It has a little thing that tells you that it's a parameter coming into the function. That's what that means, that arrow. Arrow is a parameter entering the function. If you have a local variable, you know, it'll have a variable right here with a little dot to show that it's a local variable. So pretty cool stuff. So now we set the selected character. We definitely want to set this as well to rep notify. That way people can bind to it if they want to update on that. And we're going to keep that same sort of event dispatcher going on here, where we're going to create a new event dispatcher, and we're going to say it takes in a name, and call that selected character. We don't need the old, I can't think of a reason we'd ever need the old one, so we won't pass that. And I spelled that wrong, so we'll fix that as well. So we'll compile. That should be selected, not selector character. Oh yeah, and that's gonna whine at me. So if you change one of these, you also have to change this, and I believe that we can just do this and it's fine. But Luna, what I'm up to is I am trying to make it so in game you can see all the players' info in like a list in the upper right. That way you know who's in your game, whether or not they've sent their premium materia, what character they're planning to play before you start the game. So this will call that event, and now that allows us on the connected player here to find the same player state, right? And then we can bind to player name updated, right? Or, no, I want selected player. Selected character updated. Oh, I didn't name it something, so now it's just called new event. Oops. Hop back over there. Selected character updated. And then we'll go back to the connected player. Selected character is updated, so we'll bind to this. So and then we will custom event character updated, and then this will be how we tell what icon to set, right? We'll also want to probably do it over here, where we'll immediately look at the character that you have selected and set it, and we can actually start making some functions here that make this easier. So this will be like set unspent materia. Oh, so one interesting thing that I'm doing here that I might not have to is like I'm passing this, but I don't really actually need this variable because I know if this event fires, it's been updated, and I can just read it off the player state. So I can just do this again, the same thing, and do that. Then I don't need this to be passed in. We just return. That's gonna whine about that being there still. And then now the nice thing is I do this instead. If I hold control, I can move the white arrows. And it gets a little bit cleaner. Some things like the player name, right? We can just put here because it's never gonna change. While you're in the main menu, it shouldn't change. So those can stay like that. And then here we can like create a new function here, which is going to be set character icon, right? And we'll basically be doing the same thing where we get the player state. And I'm going to convert to validated get here. So if it's ever wrong, I should probably do that on the other cases too. It doesn't lead to a crash. And we're going to get the selected character because we know that it's updated now. And what we need to do is we need to get data table row. We need to get a data table row here, right? And this will be like DT. Probably playable characters. Yeah, there you go. So you can see, we can see what the rows are in Unreal Engine 5, which is really nice. And so this is exactly what I want. And well, this will probably have some kind of like display image. Yeah, icon image. So this is the full body. I left myself notes, and this is the icon. So this is what we want, right? So we'll get that, and we're gonna set brush image. And there's a bunch here. I've made a special one for myself here, which is kind of nice, where it'll like automatically do some of this stuff and just change the image. And that means that each individual HUD can maintain its, you know, things like size and borders and any other settings on it. So that should work. Big tip, down here you can hit this hide unconnected pins. And that should be good. And we'll kind of bring those back together. So if that's valid, we should be able to do this. And that should work. And let's set this to bad. That way we know if it doesn't work. And what else do I want to do? Oh yeah, I want to do on start too. I also want to set the character icon, right? So set the character icon, we bind, and then here we also set the character icon when we see an update come through. Oops, set. I'm kind of surprised I made that a, yeah, I did make it a BPFL. Quite interesting. I don't know why I did that, but. So now what we should see, F9 to get rid of that breakpoint. Ooh, it's bad right off the bat. Let's see if we change a character. Oh, that's interesting. That takes a second for that to come in. You can see after we've changed the character, it seems to be okay. Let me see if that always takes so. Yeah, that always takes so long to pop in. Look at that. Do we remove the? I guess we probably removed the main menu, which is why. Did we have some kind of delay set up? Oh, that's right. We did have a delay. That's right. We set the delay last time. So that's not really a problem. The real question I have is like, why didn't it work on the first time? And the best way for me to do that is one, check this. Check that it doesn't just fix itself on the first play, because there might be something weird with the save on the first play. Nope. So that shouldn't be bad. So what we can do is we can come in here, and basically like this isn't working. So my guess is that this is coming back in as none, but we'll see. Oh, yep, that makes a lot of sense. It's none because until we change the character, we don't see it. So we need to go into the player state here, and we need it to set its own, its selected character here. So we just need this. So we're basically going to do the same thing here, where we want to set the selected character, but we want it to happen over a server RPC. That way everybody can tell the server what character they're playing. Right, and then we're going to be like, this is going to be like update selected character, right? And this needs to be run on the server. I think it should be reliable. Yeah, these should probably be reliable because they're going to give really weird results if not. Reliable just means it'll keep retrying and like ensure that the server does it. So things that break, and then I should be able to just pop that back. And now we want to update the selected character here. And then I can get the selected character. Okay, cool. That's good. That's great. I already have this node set up. And so now when this starts up, it should tell the server, and all that should let us see what's going on. Yep. So now it's Benny Bun. Everybody will have the same character. I don't really have a way right now to test easily what's going on, but this should be fine. The back button does not work on smaller screens. That might be something to look into. And now when I go back, when this pops in, I should be good. And everybody else should have gotten that update too. Ooh, they did not. So I would expect that to have the Boreas. Let's see if the other ones did. Yeah. So only the guy that changed did it. So let's like select Hater Bell here. Give it a chance to come back. And then maybe on this one, we'll select Cersei. And we'll back. I'm gonna get rid of that delay so this can all happen faster like it really will. Yeah. So we're only keeping ourselves basically updated here. So before I start troubleshooting, I want to see if my bind maybe is even working here. So these should be bound to when this stuff changes. And yeah, it's definitely not happening over the network here. So let's go see what's going on. So the player state should be doing it. It should be right here. Everything looks right. But remember this, we didn't make this on rep with their system. So I don't know if it's smart enough. Sometimes you just have to come back. Oh, it's not even, it just changed it to from replicated back down to replicated automatically. So I guess if you rename these functions, you can't just, if you rename these variables, you have to go back and reset it to rep notify. That is 1000% it. So now, okay, that I did not expect. So we can see if this event is even being called. Yeah, we compiled it. It compiled fine. We have selected character. Concerning. So, what did I forget to do? Oh, this is like all kinds of wrong here. So this guy, for whatever reason, it let me get the world context version. So this is just looking at player index 0. So that's almost certainly not correct. So this may fix it. There you go. Now we're seeing this fire. So I'm going to start taking things off. Yep. Now we're seeing stuff happen. So we're going to let that go through. And now everybody... Nope. Let's see if I reload it, if I get that she's Hater Bell. Okay, so she definitely chose Hater Bell. So I'd expect this right here to send the call up to the server about my player state, and everybody's bound to the player state, so they should be listening. But I have forgotten something else. Oh wait, what? Why am I calling set character? Oh, that's right, that's right. Oh. Yeah, duh. I need to call update selected character. I need, yeah, I'm all kinds of silly. So when I set the selected character, I don't want to just set it, because this will only set it locally, right? But I need it to set on the server for everybody else to get it. So really what I need to say is I want to like update my selected character, right? And pass my new selected character over the network, right? Yeah, and that is rookie. Subtrix and Andrew. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted. So now I'm passing it over the network. We can see. I'm gonna get rid of those 3 seconds. How much of my time have I wasted by just putting that off? Yeah, you can see here, I select on a client, it instantly happens on the other clients, right? So they're watching me change my character. Perfect. And then I always like to test on the server too. I don't think I've made a mistake, but we can now see what these guys think. So, yep. Oh, wait, no, that's not right. Which one do I want to look at? This one. Yep. So you can see here, they got the right icons. So now it's working. Icons are working. We don't have people's names yet, but that's kind of expected. And so we've got the icons, we've got the prima materia amount working. We should verify that like the number changes here. So, okay, this number's not changing. My guess is I did the same exact thing on this one too, since I didn't test it well enough, because I'm spending prima materia. This should be updating my prima materia, and we should be seeing it happen on the clients too, but we're not, because I almost certainly yesterday did the same thing I did just now. So what I need to do is I need to figure out what I want to do. So I think the only way to spend premium material right now is to purchase an upgrade. Fusions isn't around anymore. So I think this is the only function where this happens. Trying to think about the best way to do this. So I'll kind of talk it out. So after this change is made, I'll kind of know how much premium materia has been spent, so I can like send that. Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. So I think I get my player controller 0 here. And I get the player state off that. And then we cast this to BP player state. We get total unspent premium materia because we purchased the upgrade now. So that should be different. And then we use that to update I don't need a, I mean, I could give it as a world context object, but it doesn't matter. Update premium materia. This is where splitting them out might be good. So every time I click it, I don't have to spend another int over the network. It's not that costly though, so not that worried. So basically now, every time I purchase an upgrade, I'll like do this update, right? And this update will kick off all the other updates that need to happen across all the other clients. So now what we should see is, you know, this character when we buy stuff now. Oh wow, it's not even just a size thing, it's like an aspect ratio thing. When they buy upgrades, we can see that it goes down. And it's gone down over here too, so that should be good. We can double check that that it works on the server side too, and it will. But yep, the server side has gone down too. So that's all good now. We'll save. Now players will know when people are done buying upgrades and they've spent all their premium materia. Let's get rid of this delay. Make sure it doesn't cause any problems. I don't remember yesterday why I was doing the delay. Oh yeah, because I was trying to figure out why like usernames and stuff were invalid. don't think I'm getting any, I didn't see any pop-ups there about errors. Yeah, nothing I'm working on, so that's fine. Correctly got my prima materia, so that's pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and submit in Perforce now because I've gotten a pretty working copy and I don't want to hold things longer than I need to. I don't think I use this, so I'm gonna uncheck that, and then I'm gonna just quickly check. I changed saves, I did change some menu stuff. Player state's there, so this is like allow you to see party members and yourself. And now I'm going to make it look a little bit pretty. Now that it's kind of looking. Figure out what was causing that now. Oh, there's like a delay right here too. Oops. I put 2 delays in. I don't know why. Let me see. Oh yeah, I put the delay in here because it takes a while for the other people to connect, and I haven't figured out the connection part. Do I want to do that first? This one's crazy and wonky. Not something I'm looking forward to. Oh yeah, it's because it got 0 for whatever reason from its total prima materia. Yeah, they're getting 0 for themselves now. It's like they go to read the save and they get 0. But then they get the right one for total unspent. I'll have to go look into that. that seems super duper strange. We'll put this delay back in, but this time we'll be smart and we'll leave ourselves a little note here. Say, oops, I did the thing where I double clicked and then opened Visual Studio. For now, handles slow pi connections to do figure when players connect and remake the widget. I think kind of just clearing the children and remaking the widget would probably be the best. Is like I bind to some event here, and like when I see new players, I just like clear the widgets and just remake them all. Yeah, let's do that first, because like it's gonna get weird. If that weird stuff happens in game, it's gonna be impossible to remember where that is, and it's top of mind right now. So let's just figure that out. I wonder if there's like on the game state, right? Because the game state has the player array. I wonder if it has like a event that's like player connected. No. So the game session is oh, interesting. Is it just called session maybe? this is looking very good. If we're in fact, using this and that this is available to me. So I think we really just need to worry about player joining and leaving, right? Like when I join a session, like when another player joins a session, their whole world will get destroyed and their world will get recreated, and they'll get all the information upon session joining of the other players. So I think I care about binding to like when somebody joins or leaves, right? And do I want to handle this in the game state maybe? Because I feel like this is a common event. I might repeat this a lot of places. Let's see, I don't really care about it in game. I can live with that. Because of the way the game's set up. Where else might I care about this? Yeah, that's probably the only real place I care about it. This is probably the only real place I care about it, so I probably don't need to make this a function on the game state. Fill players. We're gonna call this fill players now. Right. And what we'll do. The first thing we'll do now is we'll clear the children here. So that'll wipe out all of the existing ones. And then fill it back up. And this will be great. Because now we just say like event, right? And oh no, I can't. That's fine. I don't know. Let's just see what it. Oh, because it wants to pass in parameters, which like who knows what these parameters are. Let's see. Yeah, they didn't like add any. Information on what these parameters are. Okay, so that's the unique net. This, who knows what this name is? Like. This is left, this is joined. And to be honest, we don't care. We could do some fancy stuff to like not have to delete the whole list, but this is not that expensive. So let's just do this, and like we don't expect this to happen very often. So let's not over optimize and make it more confusing. And let's say player left, player joined. That way people understand that like we're basically just doing this. And now I hope we don't need this anymore. If this is working, anytime a player leaves or joins. Oh, and I didn't do the thing I wanted to do, was to see if it's even firing. It did not fire the events. See, do these events not work? What other events do we have? Because at least the server should see people joining and leaving. Okay, online events is an interesting. There's online subsystem, there's online events, those both could be it. So maybe one of these are they actually. Yeah, this, I don't know. That doesn't seem that important. It's like looking at different users, which is like what we were trying to use before, but it wasn't working either. Okay, now we're gonna ask ChatGPT. In Unreal Engine, how can I know when a player leaves or joins a server? How can I bind to unrep player array and blueprints for clients? Yeah, I don't want to do that if I can. Pull. Don't believe that. Blueprints tell when a player joins or leaves a game. Unreal Engine 5. Okay, so like I don't really want to do game mode if I can avoid it, but I can always pass something out over to like the game state. So this will work no matter what, but I'll have to write some code myself. Oh, there's even like...
As we live in a digital first world.
Wait, what? How do I have ads? I pay for YouTube Premium. Oh, I'm not signed in? Why? Uh-oh. Yeah, okay. Huh. Okay, this is a good bet if I don't immediately see it. My guess is yeah, that he just passes it over. Yeah, of course they can. Yeah, I think the game mode's gonna be the best bet. Let's check the YouTube video and see if that's what he says too. Yeah, he's in the game mode. Yep, he's doing the same thing that I think, yeah. It's like you just tell everybody. That's clever. Maybe I didn't think about that. So that's already used from this video. We can just jump around and see what this guy's doing. Okay, understand how to change widgets and how to bind to events. I don't need to worry about player keying. Okay, cool. So, what game mode do I even use? So, I have no idea if somebody set up on the main menu here, this main menu map, if anybody set it. So I need to go to my main menu level. So I'll hit main menu and then say level here. And this one. And the reason I do this is I need to see what blueprint they set. Okay, there's a game mode main menu. And there's probably like a game. Oh my gosh. Let's see if this inherits. It does not. Because I'm assuming that somebody also made a BP game mode gameplay. And there's a bunch of weird shit in here. Yeah, let's do this right. And the right way would be to do game mode. Oh, yeah, somebody did this. So the interesting thing here that I'm seeing is our main menu goes from game mode base, and then our game comes from this game mode. I don't know if we're using anything valuable in here. And so, like, I don't know if I want to, like, inherit that and then do all that testing. So I think I'll do it in here. And handle. So theoretically there's a post login, right? And what do we get here? We get the player controller. Okay, cool. So I think all we really want to do is hop over to the game state after this and then like call some event that people. Like the funny part is I could just like call. Oh no, wait, no, I can't. Oh, you can't call events if you're not on the object itself. I guess I never tried. So over here, we'll delete a lot of this stuff. And we will create a multicast, which tells everybody in the game that something happened. And I can say like multicast player count changed, I guess. And we'll change this over to multicast. And what multicast does is it runs on the server and all the clients. We'll say joined, left, leave, in case somebody looks for that. What else might they join? Connected, log in, log on, log in, log out. Oh wait, no, that's not where I want this, but I'll leave them there for now. So that'll happen. So now on the game mode main menu, when we see this, we just get game state. We cast that game state to main menu, and we call that multicast. So multicast only works on the server, and it's going to be the server anyway because it's the game mode. And this will like basically shout out to the world, run this node. And so this will run on all the clients. So then I just need to create an event that people can bind to. Like that way, everybody can see it. So we'll call that player count changed, and then we'll call. I'd noticed too that like there is this like okay, cool. It used to let you set replication here, but I didn't think it worked. And now, since I grayed out, I'm pretty dang sure that doesn't let you work. I'd always wondered what the replication does. I was going to test it, but they won't let you replicate events. So this is basically how you replicate events in a way. So everybody will get it, even the server, and it'll call this, right? And we'll leave a little comment here. This lets things like the UI update, right? Bum, bum, bum. Now we get to hop back over to our connected players list here, and we can basically get rid of all this junk. And I'll get to do the cool thing that I wanted to do before. So we'll get the game state. Oh, interesting. I already have this. To player. Can I do it now? Dang it. I kind of wish that it would let me. I wish it would let me do this. I don't know what the reason is for it not to, because then it would be nice, because this would be a little bit less you know, main menu only. Now if somebody wants to go do this, they're gonna have to do some of that additional work if they want this like listed in game or something, but I don't think that it really needs to be in game right now. Oops. Game state main menu. Yeah, we'll just do it this way. Be like, if we want to have this available in game 2, someone will need to make an overarching game state class. Because what I don't want them to do is copy and paste it if somebody else gets assigned this work, but it'll probably be me. And now what we can do is I can do a create event here, which gives me this little green node instead, and I can just call fill players. So so it looks like nice and clean, right? And now if we've done everything right, when somebody logs in, the game mode will detect it. It will tell everybody that's connected to the game that the player count has changed, and everybody will have the thing, but that's not the case. So you can see here that this one is in fact getting it all, but these two do not. I could have swore that was going to work. You can even see him pop in as bad until the information is loaded, so I may want to wait till everybody reports it. Or at least put like a little bit nicer of an image there. See, here goes bad, and then it gets the information. I'm also really curious too why the last person to join always like doesn't have that available to them. Okay, I gotta think about what's happening here and why it's not working the way I expect it to work. So polling will definitely fix it. So I'm stuck between two choices, kind of doing it the wrong way, which is polling, because it's not particularly performant. But we'll fix the problem, or trying to like think through exactly why this is happening and better understand kind of like the login phase. Because if that's not happening, then I think what's up is a player joins and they go to create the list. Like, because I think if I just put a delay here, right, for like 2 seconds, that fixes it again. Let's double check that we haven't broken something else. Yeah, see, like it fixes it because people don't try to do it until they've gotten all the data. I could poll, because what'll happen is like the first time it creates the thing, it'll just detect itself and say I only have one character, and then like a second later it would detect it and then update it, and then everybody would only be a second behind. And that would work for sure. But I'm kind of surprised that like when the other data comes in, the onRep functions don't fire, but the onRep functions must not fire. Oh, maybe they do fire. Could just call like player information updated somewhere else, like on everywhere where I've done it, but that's like super heavy-handed, and it's gonna like refresh the entire list anytime anybody's data changes, which is not really what I want either. I think I'm just gonna take the lazy way out and do polling. And some other day, if I have time, figure this out. So the way that we want to handle polling is we want to create by timer by event, set timer by event. Basically just every 1 second. Oops. Say, check if players changed. Player count changed. Right, and then what the fill players will do, it will get this length, right? And set a variable. Actually, this is not the way to do it. I like to do it this way. We don't want a local variable because we want this to exist all the time as long as this widget's alive. And then say player count. So now we know last time we filled it up what our player count was. This is so stupid. And then what we can do now is we can like get player array. Get the game state. We can link that and we can say not equal. If this isn't equal to our last player count, right? Then go ahead and fill players. Right, so now every second we're gonna check the game state, see how many players it has, see if that matches our last one, and do that. And this is all kinds of gross, but it's gonna work, and I'm not gonna need the delay anymore. Right, and you can see that it automatically fixes itself now just fine. This guy still kind of gets bad data, which is surprising, but we'll figure that out. So the only way that guy can be getting bad data is if this right here returns 0 sometimes. So this checks the game instance and the critical save, and then gets the total premium materia owned. But the funny part is that the unspent doesn't. Oh wait, let's see. Actually, 1 second. I'm very curious if the unspent is correct. Okay, the unspent is correct, right? Which is weird because the unspent can't be. The unspent can't. It gets the total premium materia, which is the same function. Could it be that the game instance isn't valid or something? Well, even if it wasn't valid, like, yeah, the other one would show 0 too. How is this working? Let's go take a peek. Let's see what happens. Okay, the first one doesn't break. It's like the third one. Okay. Oh, not one of these bugs, please. Okay, cool. The server doesn't. Oh, I know what the problem is, probably. Oh, that's gonna be in. Oh, no. I should say they're 319K. So it does get 0. Oh, but that's probably because the default on the player state is 0. So my guess is it's reading this default value, right? So like, if we do this, I wonder if this number is gonna be what appears. And this will give us some information. It is, yeah. So it's going to be a error in logic on the individual one. Oh yeah, that's right. Because we don't update it. So what's happening, right, is that the server's aware that there's 3 players, right? And so it makes it 3 players. And then, but the players haven't reported what their information is yet, but because it knows it's 3 players, it puts the 3 up there. And since we don't auto-update this, then like, when it updates, it, when it updates, it doesn't get the information. So I could like pass it through like this again. Or I could do like an even lazier version, I think, which is... this. And I heard in 5 that this is not bad for performance. And the thing is I don't really care that much about performance on the main menu because it's fine. And I bet that this fixes the issue. Oh, it doesn't even fix the issue. Ooh. Total earned premium materia. Oh, it doesn't even detect that a change happened. I wonder if like maybe real quick, I wonder if setting this breaks the binding or something. So let's disable that node. Yeah, it does. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so that seems to work just fine. I think I'll leave it like that instead. To be honest, I could actually clean up a lot by just like doing that, and then I don't have to worry about all these bindings and stuff. And I heard that it's basically doing the same thing under the hood nowadays, so. I mean, this one would be harder, but I could create a binding that like tracks when this changes, and then when it does like do, well, no, I don't think, it didn't look like it gave me that option. Yeah, so I'd have to do it on the thing, but I don't really want to replicate images around. But I could bind it and then let the player state like handle its own icon and stuff. Oh. So all those bugs are fixed. Did it look kind of correct now too? Does that fix everything? It does. Everything's kind of like even. So now I just want to make it look pretty. So we can pre-construct. And we can say like, if it's design time, right? Then then go ahead and, you know, do like a loop. Go ahead and like, I don't know, let's make 4. Why not? And make 4 of these bad boys. And we'll see if this causes a crash. Oh, I need to add this too. Add child, and I also need to, because I think what'll happen, if I remember right, every time I do this, it'll just keep like adding. So we just do clear children here at the beginning. And that will provide me a nice update to see if I'm getting the results that I expect, right? So here it kind of like looks how I'd expect in a lot of ways. But then when I play the game, I think it like, it has like these margins and stuff. So let me close all the code stuff down. And before I get too deep into the weeds here, let's submit. And say, now we'll handle players joining and leaving. Appropriately bound to total for the server. And so I think probably what's happening is, okay. Let's close all the code because now we really just care about widgets. And we'll say WBP main menu. It's called menu main. This is one thing that I think they could improve here. Instead of it being like name, it could be like relevance or something, because I have to just like go down here. And here we get to the size to content kind of gives me, nope, I mean, it gives it flat, right? But I'm going to anchor that to the upper right so it stays there. So I get a cool result now. But I'd like to be much smaller, and I want the widget itself to kind of control its size. So this will be nice, right? So I want this widget to kind of tell people what size it is. And this is a bunch of little children. So I think I go in here and actually let this decide what size everything is. And like, how big do I really want it on the screen? So if I want 4 and I have 1080 going down, I definitely don't want it to be more than 100. So let's try 100 height and I don't know, 200 width. I think if I'm right, that will change how it looks. Yeah, so now it changes how it looks, right? I don't know why the spacing has come back again, though. Does this need to be like size to content or something? I find it interesting here that doesn't show. I wonder if I go over here. Okay, it does show. Making that grow doesn't do anything. Changing its size doesn't do anything. I imagine there would be like padding or oh, maybe each of these are 100, but like it can't grow anymore. So maybe like in here, I actually don't need to override the height, and I just need to make sure the width is right. That looks nice. No. Does that change anything? Hmm. Okay, so interestingly, as this like approaches 500, it kind of looks right, but as I squish it, I think it has something to do with how those individual images are scaling. I might try to just scale the individual images rather than the whole thing. Oh, the boxes are. Okay, I could replace this with child. Okay, this behaves a little bit more like I'd expect it to. What does that make it look like on the main menu? It's like 600 big. That's fine. I want it to scale to fit X, I think. Yeah, because I only want it to stretch this way. I don't want it to stretch down because I want it to be as narrow as possible. I'm not really sure what this alignment of the scale box might do. I want it to hang out, this to hang out on the left. All the words should hang out on the left and in the center. Left, centered. Okay. Don't think that's gonna, ooh, that is much closer to what I want it to look like. These are still way, way, way bigger. Than I want them to be, these icons. And they seem not to want to scale down. But now I think I might actually be getting 100 and 200, so maybe now my size box will give me the results that I want. So I think that's like a little bit too wide, so let's try 125. Nope, size box is still doing nothing. Right, yeah, size box is still doing nothing. Maybe the images are kind of like... Oh yeah, it won't get tinier. Yeah, look at that. I would think that this would get tinier, right? This could be the scale. I should probably let it to scale. There we go. That lets it get tinier now. Funny thing is as it scales down though, why is there all this space? Oh well, let's just scale this stuff down to what I want it to be. That'll probably solve my problem. So 100 and 100 should give me like, yeah, a lot tinier. And then now I just want it to squish. Now the text is way too big, I think, so we can just take the text size down. Okay, I like a lot about how this is looking now. I could probably even bump it down. Maybe I could go down to 64 here. I think I want a little bit of a margin too, and maybe turn those into circles. There's no padding here. No margin. I guess not. I guess that's the individual items, maybe. Probably. Oh, it's at the very top. Okay, that might be. Okay, that just pads this, which is nice because that's kind of what I want. Because really all I want is to be like, don't give me like 5 pixels there. Grab these bad boys and set them both to like 64. 64. And I've done everything how I expect. Yeah, that's nice and spaced now. I've named those things. That should be easily readable. We'll probably change the text and stuff, but I'll leave that to other people. I wonder if this will return anything. I was reading about this the other day, that there's already like a player name and it kind of automatically gets handled. Nice. So you can see that their names are there. That's cool. That face is interesting. What do I really want? I really want the left names to be aligned here. But I'd really love, like, when it's short like this, to kind of like, for it to detect it and go whoosh, and like, the longer the player's name is, the more this gets pushed out to the left, right? As well as like this stuff, right? But let's do the circles first. And I already did this on like one of my WBPs. Game HUD. So right click this and go to edit, and I can see exactly how I did that. Routed box, I guess. Actually, I don't even think I did that one. So this should be able to be drawn as a... Oh, nice. And it looks like they might have... See, this is like a nice circle. Mine did not. I don't think mine came out as a nice circle. I didn't see any other changes they had made. I mean, I guess they were 32 by 32, which maybe... Nope, that doesn't automatically turn it into a circle. BPP border base, but then it isn't actually a border base. Padding brush. Ah, here we go. Why do they? I don't know. Let me just... I'm not really sure if this is gonna work. Can I wrap with what's in my... How did we do that? That seems wrong. That we're like stretching it. Ooh, corner radii. Here we go. The W got set to 5. I bet I can just do that without having to stress about this other thing. So we'll just replace this with child. And the corner radii is 5. Compile. Didn't seem to make any difference. Oh, I see. Did we set it here too? No. I don't know how it works then. Do we do it here? No. Well, if it works, it works. You can kind of tell it to start having the flatline problem at around 4. 4.5 seems to get rid of it, which is probably good enough. I think it'll look fine. Let's see if people look silly. Yeah, I think it's fine. Show you the characters. If looks good. Cersei looks amazing. Peterbell looks good. Sweet. Brace looks a little bit weird, but I think maybe he just needs to be dropped down a little bit more, his icon, so that's pretty good. So the last thing here is that maybe I don't want a spacer there. What happens if I was to do that? What are we really talking about? Yeah, that's much closer to what I actually want to happen. Sweet. Okay, I don't think we need the spacer anymore. And I can bring the prima materia image down now so it matches the character. The rounded box is kind of like messed around with that. Let's see what it looks like on the big screen. Yeah. So we'll bring this bad boy down. I think we're pretty much where I want it to be. So, I don't know, let's just take a guess. 56. I'm gonna just hold a piece of paper up to my screen here. See how off it is. There's a few extra space on the bottom and top, so maybe I can do 57. Hold the piece of paper up. Yep, that should be good. Oh, hey, Halibut. Things are going good. Just the grinding away. I got 7 minutes until the meeting now, so I'm gonna have to end stream soon. But I got this nice and done. Look at that pop in. All nice and correctly. So I probably want to just create like a loading image there. Okay, let's go check my alignments around here. So horizontally, I think I want all these bad boys. Wait, does scale box not have an alignment? No, it does. Oh, you can be in the center of that. Okay. All these, though, should be right aligned. And then this one and this one should strive to be left aligned, I think. And then let's do one final look. It doesn't seem to right align like I would expect. Because kind of like what I would want is there to be like a big open space right here. And the open space would want to probably be eaten up by, yeah, this. So I could probably make that the eater of space. So let's do that real quick. Let's say you get to be greedy and fill up whatever space is available. There you go. That's kind of cool. That's kind of more what I expected to happen. The problem is that why is it that wide no matter what? Is it the content sizer? So this no longer has a size box. So it's just like, give me whatever space is available. This doesn't have a size box, so it'll take whatever space is available. And so the main menu, I just have to tell it here now how big I want it to be. This thing's way big compared to what it was before. Let's see what happens if I do this. Oh, but it's not gonna push out. Like, what happens if I like make it way too tight, essentially? So then that'll kind of like represent what's happening. What if I was like, there's no space for anybody here? What's it gonna look like? Yeah, your name is gonna start to like overrun. Maybe I just want everything right aligned, but then like based on how big each of the person's names are, this isn't gonna get that like nice crisp level. Yeah, what I want is actually kind of complicated. I'm not really sure how I would do it. So I think the best thing is just kind of do what I've been doing and just like give plenty of space, but just don't make it ridiculous. What's the maximum characters a Steam name can have? $32 characters. So as long as I support 32 characters, it'll work for now. And then life can be figured out at another date. So let's go to text here. Player name here, 32 characters. Big tip, if you ever want to, go to Notepad++. Once you're in Notepad++, you can see how many characters you're at. So I need like 5 more characters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And that's 32 characters, right? And this is nice because now if our artists with dreams want to change things, they can, and we can kind of know like ahead of time, like how big it's gonna be. Gosh, but I wish I had the 32 characters. I forgot. We can do this. Why does it keep going away? Why does it do this sometimes? Meeting in 1 minute. Okay. I'll fix it at a later time. There we go. It's back. We could test this really quickly by just skipping the player name setting right now. Oh yeah, that's gonna look real bad. And the other thing that I'm not thinking about too is like it's gonna be like we don't know how big these characters are gonna be. Well, it was a good test just to know what's going to happen. But I will solve that another day and get to the meeting. Thank you everybody for watching. I'm trying to stream every day, starting anywhere from noon to 3-ish to about 5 or 6-ish. So feel free to join and learn more about Unreal Engine development and what's up with the game. Thanks for anybody that's hung out. And hope to see you guys again in the future. If you ever have any questions about game development, feel free to drop them in chat and I will try to answer. But I hope you all have a good night and see you tomorrow.